Boker Tov, good morning. It's wonderful to be here with you on this lovely Tuesday morning as we get ready for another day together. And please do go ahead and share a word of greeting with others who are here as well as we come together and have the opportunity, it being a Tuesday, to share a poem from Rich Orloff today. Good morning, Anne. And good morning, Anne with an E. And it's wonderful to be here. And Boker Tov, welcome to Boker Tov from Temple Sinai. Temple Sinai congregation of Toronto's daily opportunity to connect, to reflect, and to remember. I'm Rabbi Michael Dolgan, and it's a pleasure to be here with you this morning as we have the opportunity, as we make our way through another week to really allow the words of our tradition to help us find a meaningful place to begin. And so let's begin in Hebrew and English with a prayer for gratitude of awakening this morning. This is the traditional prayer said after one uses the washroom. That's true. Anybody who's had any difficulties in that area knows what a miracle it is every time that works. Um, and so we shouldn't, it's not a joke. We shouldn't take it lightly because the simple aspects of our functioning are not themselves simple. That's the meaning of this prayer. And so let's join in this prayer of gratitude together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher yatzar et ha'adam b'chokhmah u'baravo nekavim nekavim chalulim chalulim גלוי וידוע לפני כיסא כבודך, שאם ייפתח אחד מהם, או יסתם אחד מהם, אי אפשר להתקיים ולעמוד לפניך. ברוך אתה, אדוני, הרופא כל בשר ומפליא לעשות. Blessed eternal God, creator of the universe, who have fashioned our bodies with wisdom, creating within us a finely balanced network. To stand before you in prayer is itself a fragile miracle. Eternal God, we praise you as the healer of body and spirit. The soul that you have given me, O God, is a pure one. You have created and formed it, breathed it into me, and within me you sustain it. So long as my soul is within me, I will give thanks to you, eternal my God and God of my ancestors, source of all creation, sovereign of all souls. We praise you, eternal God, in whose hand is the power of all life and the spirit of all flesh. Let's join together, la'asok b'divrei Torah, to appreciate and commit ourselves to learning all different kinds of Torah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. וערב נא, אדוני אלוהינו, את דברי תורתך בפינו, ובפי עמך בית ישראל, ונהיה אנחנו וצאצאינו, וצאצאי עמך בית ישראל, כולנו יודעי שמך ולומדי תורתך לשמה. ברוך אתה, אדוני, המלמד תורה על עמו ישראל. אלו דברים שאין להם שיעור. These are the obligations whose value cannot be measured. They nourish us in this world and help us to create the world to come. Kibud av va'em, to honor fathers and mothers. Ugmilut chasadim, to perform acts of love and kindness. V'hashkamat ben midrash shacharit v'yahurit, to attend the house of study morning and evening. V'achnasat orchim, to welcome the stranger. Uvikul cholim, to visit the sick. V'hachnasat kala, to provide for brides and grooms. Ulvayat hamed, to keep faith with the dead. V'yun tefillah, to pray with sincerity. V'hava'at shalom ben adam lechavero, to make peace when there is strife. V'talmud Torah keneged gulam, and the study of Torah is equal to them all. Well, words can be used in so many different ways. And this prayer, Baruch Amar, shares the power of words. Then we're going to share Psalm 23, words that are thought of as a psalm of mourning because it's recited at funerals so often because it contains within it the phrase, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, Gates al Mavet. At the same time, it is a beautiful imagining of a peaceful setting outside, and that sense of peace and the sense of loss, they collide in our lives. They do go together, not because they belong together, but because they're both disparate elements of a whole life. So let's join together in both She'amar in Hebrew and English, and then we'll continue with Psalm 23. Baruch She'amar v'haya ha'olam. Blessed is the one who speaks that we might listen. Blessed is the one who acts that we might be witnesses. Baruch hu u'baruch shemo. Blessed is the one who decides that we might accept. Blessed is the one who has mercy that we might live. Baruch She'amar v'haya ha'olam. Blessed is the one who removes the darkness that we might see. Blessed is the one who lives forever that we might believe. Blessed is the one who saves and delivers that we might be redeemed. And so please join me now in Mizmor LeDavid Adonai Roi Lo Echsar. With the Eternal as my shepherd, I shall want for nothing. I will lie down in a beautiful pasture. As I am led along restful waters, my soul will be restored. I'll be guided along the paths of righteousness, serving God's higher purpose. Adonai Roi Lo Echsar. Even when I must walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil when you are with me. Your strength and your support comfort me. When facing my enemies, your protection stretches out before me, sustaining mind and body. Adonai Roi Lo Echsar. Only goodness and mercy will pursue me all the days of my life. I will live in God's presence for the rest of my days. And in that spirit, we join together in Shema Yisrael, in these words that affirm and celebrate the wonder of unity, its possibility, what it offers us, its blessings. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל, ואמרת עליהם, ויעשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף בתיר תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית, וראיתם אותו. וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני, ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטעו אחרי לבבכם, ואחרי עיניכם, אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו, ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. It's wonderful to be here together this morning and to have the opportunity to join in the different prayers of our tradition, the ancient ones as well as the modern ones. And it's been a privilege to work and create with writer Rich Orloff, to appreciate his projects and work on the one he did for Temple. And I didn't really have the opportunity because of the way my days on Boker Tov fell to share any of his poems during Holocaust Education Week earlier this month. But I want to share one of the poems that he wrote for Temple, that is really about our responsibility as those who remember, as witnesses for those who have gone before us. It's called A Prayer to Adopt an Ancestor. I cannot light 6 million candles. I cannot imagine so many flames. I do not wish to reduce so many lives to a statistic or rob you of your name. As I struggle to turn something beyond my imagination into something I can touch, let this be my entrance. Let me remember one person vividly. Let one stranger become familiar. Let me bear witness to one story. Let one person's life become part of mine. Let me light a candle for you. Let me say your name. And if I cannot learn the details of who you were, let me fill in the blanks to construct the rhythms of your days, the fullness of your years, the unique blend of your thoughts, the texture of your life. I will never fully grasp your life. I cannot even fully grasp my own. But I promise I will do what I can so that you will forever be real. I really appreciate this poem of Rich's. When I participated now 9 years ago, I believe, in the March of the Living, um, you march for a survivor, for someone whose life was lost or someone whose life was affected by the Shoah, and having that one-to-one connection, I think is so important because it's not about the numbers, it is about the experiences. I really learned with that involvement how varied um, experiences were for those who are survivors, and logically that would be so, but it's different to learn it. And we don't want to accidentally become part of that machine that, in its own way, turned people into numbers in an attempt at dehumanization. And even as we attempt to honor their humanity, sometimes we do it with statistics instead of with names and with stories, and trying to find ways to remember people in a way that's vivid. In that spirit, let's share one more time a prayer to adopt an ancestor. I cannot light 6 million candles. I cannot imagine so many flames. I do not wish to reduce so many lives to a statistic or rob you of your name. As I struggle to turn something beyond my imagination into something I can touch, let this be my entrance. Let me remember one person vividly. Let one stranger become familiar. Let me bear witness to one story. Let one person's life become part of mine. Let me light a candle for you. Let me say your name. And if I cannot learn the details of who you were, let me fill in the blanks to construct the rhythms of your days, the fullness of your years, the unique blend of your thoughts, the texture of your life. I will never fully grasp your life. I cannot even fully grasp my own. But I promise I will do what I can so that you will forever be real. I hope for those who remember whatever the context, that we're able to take those whom we remember and to make their continued presence here, their lives, vivid and real. And that's true not just of those we remember, but of those whose experience we honor. Um, I've told the story many times about how an IDF soldier came off the line during the Second Lebanon War when I was in Israel. And on his way home literally from serving on the battlefield, ended up next to me on the bus and asked me what stop I was getting off at. And I told him, and he said, my stop is the one right after that. Please wake me before you get off. And then he was asleep before I could answer that I would. It's a reminder that for those of us who don't have to know the experience of a soldier, the experience of war and counterterrorism, we can't know their experience. But we can honor their commitment as well as the challenge of maintaining their essential selves and their morality under incredibly conflicted, violent circumstances. Please join me. Nishiberach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Imotenu Sarah Rivka Leah ורחל הוא יברך את חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל ושאר מגיני עמנו העומדים על משמרתם. ישמרם הקדוש ברוך הוא ויצילם מכל צרה וצוקה ומכל נגע ומחלה. וישלח ברכה בכל מעשה ידיהם. ויקוים בהם הכתוב וכיתתו חרבותיהם לעתים וחניתותיהם למזמרות. לא יישאו גוי לגוי חרב ולא ילמדון עוד מלחמה. וישבו איש תחת גפנו ותחת תאנתו ואין מחריד ונאמר אמן. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless the soldiers of the IDF and all who stand on guard for us. May the Holy One guard them against all difficulty and distress, injury, and illness. May all of their actions bring blessing, fulfilling the prophet's words. Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Let nation not lift up sword against nation, and may they learn war no more. May all sit under a vine or a fig tree, with none to make them afraid, and together we say, Amen. And we continue our prayers for all those who may be in difficulty or distress. It was painful to see reported yesterday that another body of a hostage was located, and there wasn't immediately an agreement to return that body to Israel. However, it now sounds like the body will be turned over, and there will be two families remaining who lack that kind of unification that allows for whatever the next step may be. So for them and for any of our people experiencing difficulty and distress, we join in this prayer of unity. Achenu kol bet Yisrael, achiotenu kol bet Yisrael, הנתונים בצרה ובשביה, העומדים בין בים ובין ביבשה, המקום ירחם עליהם, ויוציאם מצרה לרווחה, ומאפלה לרוע, ומשעבוד לגאולה, השתה בעגלה ובזמן קריב ונאמר Amen. Our brothers and sisters, the whole family of Israel who are in difficulty or captivity, whether on land or at sea, may the ever-present one have mercy on them, bringing them out from distress to comfort and from darkness to light, from subjugation to redemption, now, quickly and soon. And we say together, Amen. I hope soon that will be a prayer we say only infrequently, and that we will have less of a cause to say it. Some prayers there is an ongoing need to say, including the prayer for healing. And so for all those who are ill or unwell or isolated or injured, for those in our immediate family or circle of friends, as well as in our community, or who are part of us but far away, for each of them and all of them, for the names given to me and given to Temple, we turn to these words of refuah, as well as for the names of all those placed in the chat. מי שברך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, ואמותינו שרה, רבקה, לאה ורחל, הוא ירפא את כל מכותינו. יהי רצון מלפניך, אדוני אלוהינו, לחלימם ולרפאותם, וישלח לנו מהרה רפואה שלמה ועטרת שלום, ונאמר אמן. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless and heal all who suffer. May it be the divine will to provide healing and strength. Reveal to us the holiness of life, the wholeness of shalom, and let us say together, Amen. Well, we have had the opportunity to connect and reflect And so now we pause to remember, recalling those who died in recent days and weeks, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have taken into our hearts with our own. And so now, as we remember, we turn to those who have died in recent days and weeks. In the last 30 days, we extend our condolences to the families of Estelle Waldman, Jack Holtzman, Merle Snyder, Eva Samry, Marvin Barkin, Donna Biederman, Ann Schwimmer, Miriam Snyder, Andrew Taylor. And we also remember all victims of war and terror, including terror victim Aaron Cohen, and the following IDF soldiers whose lives have been lost in the last 30 days: Itai Yavetz, Yona Ephraim Feldbaum, Yaniv Kula. And on Yahrzeit, on the anniversary of their deaths, on this 5th day of the month of Kislev, the 25th of November, 2025, we honor the life and legacy on Yahrzeit of Frieda Carrick, Shirley Diamond, Saul Pfefferman, Doris Gottlieb, Dave Litvak, Saul C. Mandelson, Greta Reed, Bernie Shapiro, Rabbi Norris Causa, Benjamin Sheftel, Rebecca Schum, Carolyn Siskind, Esther Wilbur. Zichronam Levracha, may their memories be a blessing to us. Our griefs and our sympathies are mingled as we turn together to words sanctified by memory, words glorified by hope. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divarach cheruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechon v'yamechon, v'chaye dechol bet Yisrael, v'agala u'bizman kari v'mu, amen. Yehe shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitomam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei kudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran v'alma v'mu, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'mu, amen. Oseh shalom b'momav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'mu, amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and bring comfort and strength to all who remember. And together we say, amen. The Temple is grateful that a contribution has been made to the Youth Travel Fund by Joni Shiner and Bev Siskin, observing Yahrzeit for Carolyn Siskin. And I hope that today is a wonderful day and a meaningful one for you. It's wonderful to be here. And